Ec46 Languages. Soul-to-soul talk. Languages. Live guiding conversations with Morai, Amoro and Jenai summer. Hi Morai. I hope you have a little time to help me out. I have difficulty learning one of the languages. Of course, Jenai. It will be my pleasure. With which language do you have difficulty with? Esperanto. The first thing I have to remind you of, Jenai, is that learning comes from the inside. Everything is already logged inside the mind. It is part of the universal hard drive, and you are just reminded by listening or reading that language. So, I just need to keep on listening and reading and basically repeating? Correct. But why is this particular language so difficult? There can be endless reasons related what your native tongue is, how your liking is to the language, it's a negative association, a lack of concentration, and go on. This is part of life's adventure, in which some things are very easy and others hard. But when you have set your mind to it and you spend enough focus time, you will succeed. Most important is to stay aware that it is within you. Thank you, Morai. You're welcome. And by the way, Jenai, how are you doing with the language called math? Math is not a language, Morai, and I'm not really good at it either. Remember that math is also within you, and I have to tell you, it is a language. It is a language of numbers, and mathematicians and scientists are very good at this language. They communicate for the most part with each other through this language. I've never thought about it in this way, but you always surprise me, Morai. Do you still remember the sign language from when you were younger, Jenai? I do, Morai, and yes, I realized that that is a language as well. Sign language was a great tool for you, Jenai, before you could speak, and your mother and father encouraged you so they could better understand you. Another question, Jenai. How is your body language, and especially when you are performing dance? Jenai started to laugh and answered, Yes, Morai, that language is getting better and better. She paused and continued saying, and my music language is getting better as well. Music notes are a language as well, Morai, isn't it? You are getting it, Jenai. And there are so many other languages through which people communicate and express themselves. Do you remember learning from Toro, the decoder, the language of decoding and translating the messages the body sends out when there is an imbalance? Yes, Morai, that too is a language, and it is helping me a lot in my life. I'm happy, Jenai, that you realize that there are more languages other than the languages spoken in different countries, and realize that each profession has its own language. Think about bankers or other people in the financial world, and reading the stock market, and then anatomy and physiology, a language of people in the medical profession. There are so many languages, and you cannot practice them all, but keep on improving on those that help you in your life in order to support yourself, but even more important, those who keep you healthy and aware. Now I lost you, Morai. I mean to say, keep improving on body reading and detecting the little signs of discomfort. Take care of them so they do not need to end up as disease. Be more in nature and learn more about that universal language as well, because nature speaks as well. It has its own language, just like animals do. Another very important language is how you speak to yourself within your own mind, and what and how you speak with others, and the world, because each action has not one, but many reactions. Speak with the understanding that you are a soul on a momentary adventure in creation. This is the language of higher virtues, selflessness, through which you remind yourself that nothing is yours, but that you take care of everything with respect. Moderation. Moderation keeps you alert to do everything in moderation and not to go in excess. Practicing gentleness by being gentle with yourself and everything and everybody. And forgiveness. Forgiving yourself and others, but not having excuses for your actions. Then unconditional love, by learning to accept you, others and the world as it is. Improving there where you can without an expectation, and watching out for worldly attachments. Being humble and respectful, knowing that everything is from the same Father and a brother or sister or soul. Not falling into the negative passions, which are as well a language that express themselves through pride and ego, being selfish, lustful, fear and anger, controlling, greed, and many more parts of that language, which will make your adventure not easy. Last but not least, to speak the language of thank you, which one of these years possibly changes into the language of inner prayer and meditation, so you can stay communicating with Kandu the Creator. Thank you, Morai, because talking with you is like taking a fresh breath of air.